progressive sanctification is impossibly complicated. You are basically being called to do something that can only be successful when Jesus Christ appears and you see him face to face, at which time you are like him. It is, I think there is a running temptation in every human heart, in every church movement, every denomination, every kind of theological generation, to try to find some way to have a sentence that has this kind of structure. If you just blank, and fill in that blank, you know, cast out the spirit that's holding you in bondage. If you just remember you're a child of the King, if you just have more regular quiet time, or if you just get accountable, or if you just rehearse to yourself that you've been justified by faith, or if you just. And the fact is there's no just blank about progressive sanctification. If there were, the church would have figured it out a long time ago. But you often get these fads, these trying to portray some secret that can put sanctification in a one-liner. Fact is, sanctification both costs you your life and gives you your life. It is a dying to what is intuitive and natural and what you're taught and well practiced, nature and nurture and choice and habit. It is a dying to that and actually learning to become a man or woman who lives, this is one shorthand of many, who lives the honesty and integrity of the Psalms in their entire variability of mood, situation, joy, sorrow, heartache, need, outcry, gratitude, that you become that kind of integrity as a human being before the face, who lives before the face of a God who must save you. And you become a man or woman of the Proverbs in terms of a wisdom that is practical and loving and takes thought for every word out of your mouth and considers the interests of others, considers the effect of your words on other people or the effect of your actions, is self-reflective about your anxieties or your irritations, your grumbling and so forth. You're called to the impossible. You're called to become a different kind of person. You're called to become like Jesus Christ, who is the only person who is like himself. And that said, then the delightful drama of being a Christian is that my sheep hear my voice, and those who are in the vine, there's a vine dresser at work, and there's a spirit who's a life giver, and there's a spirit who's committed to bear his fruit, even through all the ups and downs and contradictions and paradoxes. I think it would be fair to say that one of the most significant marks of someone who is a Christian is that if you watch that person over time, you will see evidences that somebody else is at work in his or her life. It is the most wondrous thing. I mainly do pastoral counseling and as my sphere of pastoral ministry, and it is the most wondrous thing to behold. In seeing a person who has ears to hear the words of promise, the words of hope, the words of command, the words of reproof, the words of illumination that make sense of the world, to see a person awaken to God and to his ways and to their sinfulness and God's mercy, it is something that it is beyond the script, and yet it is in a certain, from another standpoint, is something so essentially simple that, it's at the heart of what the gospel is, that there's a God who moves in on us. There's a God who moves towards us and invades lives. One of my favorite quotations about simplicity, complexity is an old quotation from Oliver Wendell Holmes, and he said, I would not give a fig for the simplicity that is on the near side of complexity, but I would give my life for the simplicity on the far side of complexity. And that just captures so well that biblical simplicity handles the complexities. The example I like to use in that is that Jesus' teaching is utterly simple. Like, you serve either God or mammon, period. You know? I mean, how many words are in that sentence? And yet that sentence pins to the wall every human being who has ever lived. That sentence also calls us to the Christ who says that is the Christ who died for us, who will transform us. And that sentence then holds out for us a vision of men and women who are progressively set free from being obsessed in some way or other with money, retirement, material things, all the competitive little games and inferiorities and superiorities that get put on that. The Bible's simplicity never makes it simple and simplistic. It always deals with all the complexities life throws at you, and yet calls you into this most astonishing of relationships to our God and then to his people, and then sends us back out into his world as people with a mission. So, yeah. Not simple, real complex, but simple in the end, the right kind of simple.